easily $500,000 to $1 million.
Wow. Yeah. So we kind of met through real estate development, you and your brother, and we've done many deals together. But just for our audience, like what do you do? What is the specific things that you guys touch on?
So we are primarily a real estate consultant. Our company name is Starpoint Ventures. We're based here in Irvine. We go back all the way to really day one in the city of Irvine. My dad was the attorney that formed the city back in 1971, back when the city was just unincorporated County of Orange property, and the citizens wanted to form a city, and it was kind of part of the Santa Ana jurisdiction, and so they hired my father as their attorney, and
the city did?
The residents.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it wasn't a city yet. This is 1970.
Yeah.
And so my dad represented the citizens.
Yeah.
They had to go through a whole incorporation process.
Yeah.
It's a great story. They had a showdown basically with the Board of Supervisors, and but they were able to get it done. He ended up getting into real estate. He was with the coal company, general counsel for the coal company, and so his career really focused on real estate development. And then I joined up with my dad in 2000 to do primarily the entitlement work that we do today. So we've been doing entitlement consulting, land entitlement. So as you know, we've represented you on, I think, 3 projects. Represent property owners, developers in changing the use on their property through the city. So we outsource the technical stuff, the traffic study, the environmental, the architecture, the engineering. So every project requires, if it's a development project, it requires an architect. We need to have a landscape architect. We need to have a civil engineer to do the tentative map or to do the grading plan and that kind of stuff. In a lot of cases, you have to have a traffic engineer to analyze the traffic and the parking. And then environmental is another big one, where cities have to review the environmental impact of a new project. And
is the traffic study part of the environmental?
It is. Yeah, traffic is part of environmental. There are various technical studies: traffic, air quality, noise, greenhouse gases. There are various things that CEQA, California Environmental.
Was I a little bit more lucky in the Irvine's umbrella because they have the kind of a plan already, whereas maybe other cities I've heard they have to, the environmental study takes years sometimes to.
Some cities are more, I would say, advanced or business friendly than others. Irvine is extremely business friendly in that standpoint, where, for example, in the Irvine Business Complex, where we do the majority of our work, and we've worked for you a couple times, the city went ahead and put in a overlay zone and a cap on residential units. And if you're within that cap, they've already established the big environmental review, what's called a program EIR. EIR stands for Environmental Impact Report. CEQA, which I referenced, is California Environmental Quality Act, which is unique to California, and it causes anything that's deemed a project, which is a defined term, has to do an environmental analysis, and then depending on the level of potential impact, there are mitigations or there are studies that have to be done to analyze that.
So what you're saying is in Irvine, since we have, the city has already done a general environmental impact study.
Right.
So we can use that, and then whatever fits in that zone, it just eases our effort, right? It makes it a little faster.
Right.
How early do people have to reach out to city councils to get a sense of whether their project is recommended or viewed as more possible than not?
So what's unique about what we do is you never really know until the end. So you process an application through the staff, file a park plan, a map, you have to do an affordable housing plan, you do the traffic study that I mentioned and all the technical stuff, and kind of work your way through a city staff process. So let's say you submit an application
Yeah.
with all the plans and all the studies, then 30 days later you get a response from the city. There might be 80 comments in the first draft because the planner will send it out to
Yeah.
police, public works, all of the different building, all the different departments. They'll all give their comments. And so the way the process works is, let's say you get 80 comments in the first round. You then respond to all 80 comments, you revise the plans accordingly.
Yeah.
You might get 30 in the second round, and you might get 10 in the third round. And then by that time you've finished the third round, you're ready to now go to the public hearing process. But you really don't know you're going to get approved until that night, until you go to planning commission.
Yeah, yeah. Or as an investor who's looking at this, so you're saying there's, even though the staff might be giving some hints, but there's a lot of risk because there's, we have to spend the money
Right.
for these studies, upwards of $100,000, $200,000.
More, I would
maybe.
say a normal entitlement process in Irvine is easily $500,000 to $1 million.
Wow.